Everyone knows what the Nazi flag looks like, but almost no one knows why that symbol out of every symbol on Earth was chosen. Of all the emblems Germany could have placed at the center of its identity, they reached back thousands of years and took a symbol of the sun. A symbol older than writing, older than any nation, older even than recorded religion. Why?
Whisper calls through ancient stone. Are we seeking all alone?
To understand that choice, we have to leave the 20th century entirely. We have to go back, far back, to the earliest Indo-Aryan and Proto-Indo-European cultures, where the swastika wasn't political, it was talismanic symbolism. For thousands of years, the swastika was a solar diagram, a map of the sun's movement across the sky, the rotation of the heavens, the turning of time itself. Its arms represented the endless cycle of creation, dawn, noon, dusk, night, repeating forever. In the Vedic world, it was the mark of Surya, the sun god, the life giver. It meant prosperity, well-being, and the eternal fire that sustains the universe. From India to Persia, from ancient Europe to Greece, the swastika appeared everywhere the early Indo-European peoples traveled, always linked to solar power, vitality, and cosmic order. So when early German esoteric groups in the late 1800s began searching for a symbol to express what they believed was a forgotten Indo-European heritage, they didn't create something new. They revived something ancient, something solar, something they thought carried the energy of an old primordial world. The modern world sees it politically, but for nearly all of human history, this symbol was a sun wheel, a representation of life, motion, and cosmic force. If the swastika is rooted in the power of the sun, then the six-pointed star is rooted in something very different, the ancient force of Saturn. Long before it became known as the Star of David, the six-pointed star was already one of humanity's oldest occult symbols. It appeared in India, in Babylonia, and across the Near East as a symbol of darkness, restriction, and discipline. The hexagram was understood as the seal of Saturn, the planet of boundaries, time, law, and the outermost edge of the visible heavens. One of the oldest known appearances of this symbol is found in ancient Southeast Asian yantras, where two interlocking triangles represented the tension between fire and water. Heaven and earth, a union held together by cosmic discipline, a distinctly Saturnian quality. The Babylonians, masters of early astronomy, used the six-pointed star as a diagram of the six directions of space: north, south, east, west, up, and down the entire structured universe radiating from a single point. In their star lore, this geometry was tied to Saturn, the planet of the boundary, the outer gatekeeper of the sky. But the symbol took on its most famous esoteric identity through the legends of King Solomon. In Jewish, Islamic, and occult traditions, Solomon possessed a ring engraved with a six-pointed seal, the Seal of Solomon, a prophetic power, command over spirits, and mastery over the invisible realm. This seal was not merely decorative. It represented the same Saturnian forces found in ancient astrology: control, structure, containment, the power to bind what lies beyond the human world. Solomon's seal became one of the most important symbols in medieval mysticism, revered not as a national emblem, but as a cosmic tool, a Saturnian key that opened and closed the hidden doors of creation. It was only many centuries later, in the late medieval period, that Jewish communities gradually began adopting the hexagram as a cultural and spiritual identifier. And only in the modern era did it evolve into the Star of David known today. But beneath that modern identity lies a far older meaning, a geometry tied to Saturn. Two symbols, the swastika and the hexagram. Two forces, the Sun and Saturn. Ancient giants whose rivalry echoes through every culture humanity has ever carried. When you look across the ancient world, a pattern becomes difficult to ignore. Different civilizations, different languages, different belief systems, yet the same opposition appears everywhere. In Hindu mythology, Surya and Shani are father and son, yet eternally opposed. Surya is vitality, heat, brilliance. Shani is discipline, consequence, and karmic return. Their energies clash so intensely that Shani's gaze can weaken even the sun himself. In Greek lore, Helios brings illumination, while Kronos the Titan tied to Saturn devours, restricts, and attempts to freeze time itself. One represents motion, the other represents the fear of change. In Rome, Sol Invictus is the unconquered sun, youth and radiance embodied, while Saturnus is the old king of a lost golden age, ancient, slow, heavy, the ruler of limits. In Babylon, Shamash is justice and clarity, while Ninurta and Adar tied to Saturn rule boundaries, punishment, and the strict order of the cosmos. Everywhere you look, the story is the same. The sun expands, Saturn restrains. The sun gives life, Saturn measures it. The sun moves, Saturn holds. When you examine the period of the World War, this contrast becomes evident once more. The opposing sides adopted symbols that align precisely with the solar and Saturnian forces found throughout ancient cultures. Were they aware when they chose these symbols? How much of that process is deliberate, and how much was unconscious? Are we always influenced by higher forces that are exercising their will and manifesting their desires through us? Are we mere vessels for spiritual warfare?